You're going to look at me. Okay. You have your sword with you?
Yeah.
Oh, good, good. Okay, we'll bring it out in a second. Peter, can you tell us your name and what's your name and how do you?
My name is Peter Kogus, and I'm from Iceland.
And why don't you say that and can you say you're the only sword swallower in Iceland?
Yeah, I'm the only sword swallower in Iceland. So yeah, I'm the only one.
So so why did you come here today?
Just to break the world record in this big swallowing.
And what was it like for you to be a part of this?
Special, something special.
What made you want to become a sword swallower?
You know, I'm a magician. It was something that I just wanted to do, and I did it.
So this is a real special occasion, getting all these different swords. Are there people here that you really admire? And
if I'm honest, I don't know really any of these people. So everything is very new here for me.
How did you teach yourself?
I just started to put the sword down, and one day I could do it, you know.
And does your sword have a name?
A name? No, does not have a name. But maybe after this night.
Can you pull it out for us?
Yeah, I can. And I put fire on here.
Yeah. We saw that.
Want me to swallow for you?
Sure, that'd be great. So does your mother know you do this, or?
Yes, she knows.
What does your mother think?
I think she's thinking that I'm sick or something. So that's it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. One more time, can I just get you to say your name and say you're the only sword swallower in Iceland? Right? You can look at me.
My name is Peter Kogus, and I'm the only sword swallower in Iceland.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Welcome. Who you are and what brought you here tonight?
I'm Jules. I'm here for the Sword Swallowers Convention and the world record.
So what was it like to be a part of the world record?
It was pretty cool. I was a little bit nervous, actually.
What now? You've been sword swallowing for how long?
I've been sword swallowing for almost 11 years.
And so you've this kind of thing. Were you with people who you really admire and have worked with before? Or?
There are people that I've worked with before, but I'm a one-woman show.
And what happened? You said you haven't been performing for a while?
I haven't been sword swallowing for about 2 years. I had an accident, had a really bad accident 2 years ago, and actually just managed to get my first sword in 2 years, 4 o'clock this morning.
And before tonight, so that's allowed you to
before that?
You weren't sure if you'd be able to make it prior to that here?
Yeah, I started telling everyone that I'm just going to go and have fun anyway.
Was the accident due to sword swallowing?
Yeah.
So it is pretty dangerous then. It's a pretty...
It sure is.
How long did it take you to learn the craft?
Well, I was 14 years old, and with a 14-year-old's determination, it took me first time around, it took me about 2.5 weeks.
And you've been able, so after 2.5 weeks, that's when you knew at age 14 that you wanted to be a sword swallower?
No, I didn't know anything back then at all, actually. But it took me 2.5 weeks of really, really hard training, really hard, every 20 minutes. And I figured that I couldn't even blink that often.
Can you talk about the accident? I mean, what was it that happened?
The accident, I was trying out a new trick with a coat hanger, months, 5, 6 months.
Did it naturally heal? I mean, how does that heal?
It didn't heal, though. I've noticed that my body is still in a bit of a shock. It's still kind of a little, when you get to that certain point, it's a little kind of almost cramp. But it's okay, it went fine today.
And so everything's, looks like you're on the road to...
I think everything is okay.
How do you determine it? How do you know when you're ready to go be 100%?
You don't really, you just have to try. You just have to have the confidence.
Any advice to people out there who want to become a sword swallower?
Don't do it.
Can you say that in a sentence? If I had to say,
If you want to become a sword swallower, don't do it.
Where are you from, by the way?
I was born in Russia, brought up in Sweden, and I spent the last 6 years in London and the last 8 months in California.
So where did you first do that? Where were you 14? Where were you when you were? You were in Sweden, really? So it's you're international. I mean, you've been all over the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Performing all over the world, or?
Yeah, I do other stuff too. So sword swallowing is not my only trick.
Okay, great. Thank you very, very much. Did you get into sword swallowing?
Oh, it's a long story, but ultimately...
What's that? Okay, now, I'm sorry. How did you get into, or better yet, what was it like to be a part of this kind of event tonight?
It was amazing. It was a great event. I signed on months and months ago before we had any idea of what this was going to turn into, and it was definitely something to be a part of. There's some great performers here. We all got to see a lot of really good performances, and for me, it was just a thrill to be a part of it.
And how long have you been sword swallowing?
About 6 years now.
And what was it, so is there any kind of magic, when did you decide that you wanted to do this for a living?
Well, I started out as a street performer traveling around Europe, and my original intention was to travel around and just see the world, which is how I got into performing. But on my first couple of years traveling around, I had such amazing luck performing circuses and television and Time magazine, all kinds of different things. And I had such great luck as a performer that it inspired me that maybe I can make a shot at doing it for a living. And I've been doing it professionally for years now, so I can't imagine doing anything else.
Jeff, his eyes are drifting.
Any advice on to somebody who'd want to do this for any advice to somebody who want to try this at home?
Very, very careful, and I would recommend to seek out other sword swallowers who might be willing to teach you and not trying it on your own.
What was it like for you to swallow your first sword?
Uncomfortable is the easiest word to use. It's Can you take us back? Rather, just take us back to that first moment where you swallowed your first sword. Well, the first time you really get it down, your body is making all kinds of horrid sensations, and you're making all these.
You lock eyes with him and square up your feet with him.
Yeah, that's actually all I need. This will be the last thing. It's just could you take us back to that first moment and explain what it's like to swallow a sword for the first time?
Well, you get these amazingly bizarre sensations inside of your body, and it's very, very
Can you say?
uncomfortable.
Oh, I gotta. Yeah, that's me. 1 second, moment. I'll make Come on over here. Come on over here. Come on over here. The last thing I want to ask is, hey, sir, right here. Just wait right 1 moment. You come on and have a seat. If you could just tell me, can you take us back and just say the first time I swallowed a sword? I'm looking at me.
The first time I swallowed a sword was a very unique experience. A lot of bizarre sensations inside of your body, very uncomfortable. You make a lot of really horrid noises, and everyone around you looks at you like you're crazy. But there's also a great sense of reward after the months and months of trying that you first finally get it in there.
But you get kind of physically,
Physically, you feel like you're going to vomit. You realize that the gag reflex doesn't stop at the back of your throat, but runs all the way down. And it's an interesting sensation to gag about halfway down your chest. So, not a sensation I would like to repeat.
But now you're a professional, and it's all
now I'm a professional. I've been doing it for a long time, and it's very easy now that I've been doing it for such a long time. It always requires a lot of concentration, and you have to treat every time as if it's your first time. Otherwise, it might be your last. But there's no longer the sensations, or it's no longer near as uncomfortable as it was originally.
Thank you, Di.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Can I get you to sign a release? Your address?
Sure.
And,